What's up? Okay, so last night I went to bed around midnight and I plugged my phone in. And normally, all the time, I don't want to say normally. Every time I plug my phone in, I get a notification of, say, you have this many unread messages or emails. So I go through my emails, and what pops up? My 23&Me results. Can I go to sleep? Not without looking at them. So yes, I popped out of bed. I probably woke up my husband, who was passed out. But with how fast I shot up, I probably woke him up. So I come out here and I look. And yes, my heart was freaking racing. And here are my results. 99.5% Eastern Asian and Native American. Now, out of that 99.5, 97.2% I'm Filipino. I never knew I was that Filipino. It's kind of nice to know. I called my mom this morning after I woke up because I was so excited to tell her. She was the first person I told. I was like, hey, my results are in. And I told her, I was like, I'm Filipino. She's like, well, duh. Well, here's the thing. Growing up, I'm going to tell you what I told her. Growing up, I never quite associated myself with Filipinos. It's not so much like them. It's just, I never saw, I looked at them and I just said, no, there's no way I'm full Filipino. Like, no way. I'm a high percentage of Filipino. But guess what? I am. Because like every time we go to the commissary, and a commissary is a grocery store for military bases. And every time we would go, there'd be all these Filipinos that would work there as like baggers or something. They'd help. And they would talk to me in Tagalog, which is the native language to Filipinos. I don't know it. And I'd look at them and be like, I don't speak it. I'm sorry. And in my mind, as we would walk out, I would be like, no, there's no way. I am fully Filipino. I am not a high percentage of Filipino. There has to be something else. No. And this wasn't to be racial. I wasn't racist or anything. It was just like, I would look at them and be like, no, there's no way. I just don't see it. I don't see it. Like, their facial structures and whatnot, I don't see it. And I know a lot of it probably had to do with the way I was raised and I was living, and, the atmosphere that surrounded me had a lot to do with, how I look, how I am. But like, I never saw it ever. And my mom she laughed at me. But because of this, I now want to do Ancestry.com. Yes, they did give me the amount of people that on here on 23&Me that I could possibly be related to, which is about 898 people. But majority of them are like third and fourth cousins. There's like a few fifth cousins in there. But I want to know exactly if there is anyone close out there. Like, I don't know. I'm just itching to know and find out. I did reach out to some of them and let them know, hey, I just got my results, and hey, you popped up to be this. And one of them is adopted. Whew, it got dark. Sorry. One of them is adopted. And I reached out to that person. I was like, hey, I'm adopted too. So we'll see. I haven't gotten any replies back. But on top of the whole DNA ancestry thing, yes, but it also showed me my health, which was my biggest fear to look at. I did not want to look, and because it pretty much tells you in your DNA you could carry this, either on your dad's side or your mom's side carry this. And I was so scared that I was like, oh man, what if I have this, or what if I have that? What if I form this, or what if I form that? And, you know, I was more worried about my kids. And that's what feared the crap out of me. But when I clicked on all of it, guess what? All of them came up negative. I was like, yay! We're good. And I did tell my firstborn, my birth child, that I told his mom that I was good and that he should be good on my side. And yeah, I'm relieved. I'm so relieved to know that. And it also showed me the wellness, like all the genetic wellness stuff in my DNA, like the muscle and weight and whatnot. And guess what? It's been confirmed. I am lactose intolerant, which I kind of figured, because there's dairy stuff that I can't handle at all. Like my stomach is like, I'm running to the bathroom. Sorry if it's TMI. And then there's other dairy stuff that, actually a lot of dairy stuff that upset my stomach, that no matter what I do, it's just gonna hurt, because it just pretty much stays in there, and it's, once it passes, then you know I'm good. I'm probably like bad for the whole day after I eat it or drink it, but the next day I'm like, oh, that's better. But I like dairy. I just steer clear of the ones that make me feel like complete crap. But that was nice to know. So this was really interesting. I think y'all should do it if you're wanting to know more about, you know, deeper into your 23 chromosomes, which is insane. This has answered a lot of, well, I don't want to say a lot. Well, okay, it answered a lot of my questions that I had that had to do with my genetics of, you know, health and wellness. And it gave me hope that maybe there is someone out there that is related to me, that is close, you know. You know, I'm happy with the third and fourth cousin, but I'd be extremely happy with, you know, a second or a first cousin, or let alone a sibling that I had no idea that I had. But like I said, that I talked to my mom this morning, she said, well, you lived in the poverty before you were even adopted. Like, I lived in poverty. I guess, I think, I'm not quoting my mom on this, but like rat infestations and whatnot is what I think she said, or something like that. I don't know. She can correct me if I'm wrong. But on top of that, where I was born and adopted, that place, I mean, exists, but it's nothing like it was before, because of the volcano that happened in early 90s, I think. I'll have to look. But she's like, because of that, you know, you might not have anyone. And if it's still the poverty that it is when you were like baby, then they're not going to have a 23&Me account, which I totally get and I totally understand. But it's really, I'm like just driven more now to find some bloodline, because I don't know. I would like to know my history, my blood history, like the culture and whatnot. So not only am I going to do the Ancestry.com, but I'm thinking about learning Tagalog. Heck, I've learned Italian, Latin, try to learn German, and try to learn Korean, I mean, I know the basics of those languages for sure, like for sure. But yeah, I want to learn Tagalog. And I think one day I will. My mom and I were talking about going to visiting Philippines because I don't know. I just want to see it. I want to see it for myself. I want to feel it. I want to touch it. I want to feel the air, the atmosphere. I just want to touch it and I want to taste it. And I don't know. I just want to see it visually for myself, just to see. I don't know. It'd be nice. So that's my adventure with this, and thank you all for tuning in on it. I hope y'all had fun watching me be frantic and whatnot and be all excited and paranoid at the same time. For those of you who've been watching me for like ever doing it. But yeah, as soon as I start my ancestry thing, I'm gonna let you all in on that too. So we'll see. I just started my family tree on there, so I'm doing the 14-day free trial thing. So we'll see how that goes. All right, y'all have good rest of the month, and y'all live, laugh, and love.